Hey folks, welcome back to another HP Gaming GameLINK video. Today we have an unboxing for you, which I'm really excited to get into the table and get into the box for you. This is one I've been waiting on for a little while. We are going to be going for a bit of a stalk, tracking down some tasty morsels and trying to get home by sunrise as we have a look at Richard Garfield's The Hunger. Hey folks, welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, and you should by now, my name is Matt, and I am sure we are destined to become the very best of friends. As I said in the tease, we are doing another unboxing for you today, and we are taking a look at Renegade Studios and Richard Garfield's The Hunger, which is a deck building game, so already big tick from me. This is a game where you are playing as a group of vampires. You will venture out from your castle, trying to find all sorts of tasty morsels and earn the most blood points. But you also need to make sure you make it back to the castle before sunrise. Otherwise, you will cease to exist and therefore lose the game. So Richard Garfield obviously had a hand in this. Huge designer points because it's Richard Garfield, the guy who designed Magic the Gathering. So this game looks spectacular. The artwork looks great. Deck builder by Renegade. It means it's going to be fantastic. So without further ado, let's get it to the table and have a look at what's in the box. I'm going to swing this one around and we're going to go, boom, there it is. Look at that in all its stunning glory. You got vampires galore here, and they are chasing down all these crazy villagers and making sure they make it back to the castle. I kind of dig it. It's very much a Clank vibe in that respect, because you've got to venture out and then make it back before the game end, which is very much Clank, but that's okay. This box also has the first printing promos included in the box. So if you would like to get your hands on the first edition printing promos, then jump on board the store and get your copy before they are all gone. I'm just going to make sure we take this. I'll show you the back as well, because that's what it's all about. And this will give you a bit of an indication, of all the crazy that we've got here within. It's been a bit crazy. We've had a lot of D&D and stuff happening at the moment. Kickstarters have not dried up. There's still plenty coming, but there've been a bit shipping delays and everything else as well across the board, as with most of the stock for the store, for anything that's coming in from OS, which has been crazy. Unfortunately, we've also seen some retail editions of some Kickstarters start arriving here before our Kickstarter copies have arrived. So that's been a bit of a doozy as well. Let's get some plastic off here. Let's rip it off. Let's pop it on the floor and we'll show you what's in the box. Yeah, digging the artwork. I've watched a couple of playthroughs of this one. I just want to open it up and get it to the table. The plastic goes on the floor, as we all know. And let's get into an unboxing of epic vampire-esque proportions. I just dig the blue motif everywhere. It's really, yeah, it's fantastic. Ori Games and Renegade Game Studios have done a great job on this one. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is a foil overprinting that highlights a lot of the box. And it's such a simple thing, but it's such a great detail. It just looks amazing. So let's put this one over yonder. Here we go. Let's have a look at what's in the box. We have the rules leaflet, introduction about what's going on, a 60-minute playtime, give or take. Depends how much strategy comes into play. I believe your hand of cards is only 3 cards per turn to begin with. So I think there's a bit more deeper strategy in terms of what you can do with the cards. Having a look here, we've got mission tiles, mission boards, the vampire player boards, turn order, board effects. I think you can collect gold as well as blood, different resources, etc. Final scoring, and so on and so forth. We'll pop that one there out of the way. We've got a little leaflet here showing off all the other games that Renegade does. There's plenty there. Renegade, of course, did Clank as well, so it's kind of okay that they've ripped off their own game in some respects, but that's okay because I dig deck builders. I will, of course, be showing you... Oh, the board's got a little matte finish on it, I guess. It's almost like a satin, almost like a gloss, even though it's not a shiny gloss. Oh, it's almost like it's a dry erase whiteboard sort of situation, which is cool. So I will show you the back of there's a double-sided board. That's always nice. I'm not going to get a shot of this complete, but that's okay. So this is a board, I think, for a smaller player count, potentially. Board B, and then board A, I think, is the main board, which is your higher player count. Of course, stick around at the end of the video because we will be showing you how it looks when it's all set up. The artwork and detail on the board itself is pretty bloody fantastic, I have to say. Yeah, digging that artwork and treasure chests and things as well. Punch outs for days. We have what look like little cemetery things, because on the board there's little cemetery slots, and then you've got these little reward tokens here, different replacement pieces. There's extras, there's blood markers, treasure chests that are worth 2 blood points, and whoever has the most blood and actually makes it back to the castle before sunrise will be declared the winner. The one thing I like about this game is that it plays 6 players out of the box, so the high player count means a lot more strategy. I think there's different card setups as well, depending on the player count, also the treasure tokens and how they work. The treasure tokens themselves, I mean, they're basically just very thin, nice chipboard. They make a good noise. That's always good too. And then we've got more rewards. So I think the mission cards here that mark the cemetery tiles, you can draw those. There's 3 that are communal, and I think the rest you can draw as you make your way around the board, and that can help you gain more points as you play through the game. Different resources like Fleur de Lis, the cross, give you bonuses depending on which which enemies you're hunting, or minions or villagers you're hunting. We've got a mission board here, which should be able to be folded out. Oh, it's in 2 halves. I would have thought it would have been one piece, but there you go. So the mission board, it's got little nooks on it, so it all clips together quite nicely. If I can pop that in there, so that'll sit like that on the table, and I think it's 3 deep. And effectively, as you make your way through the mission board, this is also a time track across the top here as well, starting here, finishing at 15, and that is game end. This will cost you 3 points to recruit, 2 points to recruit, 1 point to recruit, but for that 1 point, you've got to take every card that's on that space. So it's not necessarily a good thing to just pay 1 to collect all those cards, because there could be some nasty ones in there that you don't want. Looks like there's plenty of storage in the tray, which is nice. There's another little one there for that. And cards for days. Let's have a look at our heroes. Well, the vampires, so I guess not really heroes as such. Player characters, we'll say. We'll pop the plastic down there on the floor. So you've got here, they are double-sided, so you can play as the individual folk on the large side. So you've got playing area, deck, discard, digest. Yes, you can digest cards to score them points. And then you've got the different artwork, so the different characters. So Josephine Lafayette, Yoko Shiako, Don Gervasi, Boris Pushkin, Lady Beatrice, and then on the reverse they've got tokens and things you can store different treasure areas as well. And they're obviously nicely color-coded, which is fabulous. The card stock itself is okay. It's just literally normal card stock that you would find. It's not too thick. I would have preferred potentially a thicker home tile style board, a chipboard would have been better, I think, in my opinion, but that's just my own opinion. Let's have a look at some tokens, then we'll get in some cards, because that is where the essence of the game lies. Now these tokens relate to your player points, player movers, that sort of stuff. We've got some silica gel, which you never should eat, so we'll get rid of that. Then you've got, screen printed. So these tokens, if I get the character ones out, are actually little proper, well, not little, they're quite chunky wooden discs, but they've got screen printed the characters on them. So in amongst interspersed other things, you've got a little moon token there, which is your round marker. And then you've got these little scoring tokens. And on the one side is 100 if you manage to get that far down the scoring track. I do like as well, these stack. And if you happen to land on a space of another vampire, you can push and shove them around the board, which is kind of cool as well. And I dig that. So yeah, nice big chunky movers. I'm not a fan. Those of you who have watched the channel previously will know that I'm not exactly a fan of screen printing. I'd rather, I don't know, I just, at least it's color coordinated so that if and when the screen printing starts to rub off, and it will, you know, you can still tell who is who. I just think, I don't know, they look fantastic, the artwork's great, but screen printing for me, it's like with dice, I prefer etched dice rather than screen printed dice. I just find that there's too much wear and tear on those particular bits. All right, we have got cards for days, cards for days, cards for days, and then we've got the promo pack of cards, which are exclusively to the first print run. So let's have a look at these, and we'll try and, you know what, should we come in close for the cards? What do you think? Yeah? All right, let's bring you down and we'll go to the cards nice and close. All right, so now that we've got the camera down a bit closer, let's have a look at some of these packs of cards. Now, I will say they always have, well, they do have a little pull tab on them, but I've got a trusty knife, so I don't need to worry about that too much. I also find that I have a bad habit. I don't have any fingernails to actually reach in and take care of that. So let's rip the plastic off. We'll get into some cards and we'll show you what it's all about. Now, if I have a look at this here, I'll get rid of this bits here. The back of the card has this gorgeous little green castle logo here. The cards are all obviously the same because you mix them all together. But there's various cards. Some of them are people you can hunt down, accessories, ways to boost your deck, all that sort of crazy deck building stuff that we know and love. So on the card, you can see this is the card cost. This is the blood cost, so the point total into the game. I'm not sure whether that's a bonus symbol, and this is the suit, for lack of a better term. And of course, then you got the name of the card here as well. Now, there's a few of the same. They're effectively all the same card, but you get to gain 2 blood if you hunt Murdoch in the forest. So depending on where you are on the board, will affect different bonuses and things for the cards. I think as well, this is a speed bonus potentially for the cards. So how far they can move, or they can run away, or whichever the case may be. It could be a cost. I think it's a cost. -1 to speed, Titus. So that number there, I think, might relate to when it comes up in your deck. So it may not provide movement, but you'll get the bonus on the card, etc. Sirana, Campbell, Eli. And these ones is Agnes there. She has the blue back because it's a different suit of cards, just to let you know exactly what faction they're from, I guess, for lack of a better term. Marilyn's represented. That's cool. You got Zara, Jack, Belle, Eloise, Ophelia, Carlisle, Wentworth, Henrietta, Teresa, Wadsworth. You got Wilma, and they've all got different bonuses and things as well. They give you +1 to your flight. I think that's flight. Not sure all the different symbology exactly. Prince Godfrey, that guy looks like, oh my gosh, the guy from Shrek, Lord Farquaad. You got Varys here, and then you've got the white deck, which is Old Nell, Billy. These guys look like little villagers. Bruce, Momo. Oh, there's little Boo. Anton, Boris, Ivo, Yaga, generous, Roxanne, Eunice, Angus, Bippo, who looks like he spent too much time at the tavern, and then you've got Jury, who looks like he's definitely spent too much time in the tavern. And then we have the next deck of cards. So a lot of these, I mean, obviously most of these are all people you can hunt down for your nefarious deeds to feed your hunger, funnily enough. Which, you know, makes sense considering what the game is all about. But I do like the idea of timing your attack to coincide with the different people that you're hunting so that you get the maximum benefit of where they're being hunted. And effectively you can use your deck to therefore combo kill, if that makes sense, different characters in the different surrounds to maximize your point score. Then you've got Radar, fast. It costs +1 to hunt Radar's pile. So on that market deck, if she's in row 3, it'll cost you 4 speed to get them. And then you've got Patricia, Fabiana, Eponimi, not Eponine, Bernard, Cesare, and then we've got the orange deck. D allows you to draw extra cards. Ruth, Rufus, Faith, Mycroft. Faith, that was a bad joke. Osmo, Cotton, Mary, Eleanor, Bradford, Simone. Oh, Jesus, these guys are getting worth a lot of points. Bolat, is that? Bolat. Holy Water, you can't hunt this turn. Friar Tunk, Father Eli. So there's benefits, pros and cons. They might be worth a lot of points, but they might stop you from gaining any other points if they're in your hand, which is where the digest mechanic comes in, because you can digest the card and it gives you the point bonus for the cards without all the negative effects. Now, these are vampire cards, so special abilities that you can use on your turn to cause trouble. I think this might actually be starting decks, maybe. Vampire Will, discard a card to draw a card. More of the same. Vampiric Strength, that'd be nice. -2, extra strong. Vampire Speed, the guy's running after some folk. Vampiric Speed, Form of Mist, you can teleport, that's cool. Form of Bat, when you move, may skip spaces that contain wells or vampires, you can fly over them. Vampiric Stealth, Hypnosis. And then now we're going to get into these are like special powers and things you can acquire that will give you one-shot use abilities or extra, ways to mess with your other players. They also contain permanents, which means you can play them and they'll stay in play for the duration of the rest of the game. So you get an extra movement point bonus perpetually as the game goes on, etc. For example, Katuya is a ready permanent. Gain 1 to hunt on wells. So wherever you're on a well space, you always gain 1 extra hunt point, or you can discard to have 1 extra hunt on the number 1 column. Canine abilities, you got Ursa, Teddy, Malak, Chop, Nanush, and Lockjaw, and they give you those special bonuses that we talked about. And there's a whole lot of other cards here as well. So I wonder how many bonuses you can actually put in the deck as they be acquired. We'll have to wait and see what's in store. Unwrap the plastic. All right, let's see what we've got. So I think here we've got some more bonuses. I'm going to get this one to the table because I just love a good deck building game. Echo, gain 1 blood at the end of the game for each wolf token you have. That's kind of cool. Bow, same thing. So there's a lot of different options. Pat Carney, gain 1 per human who is worth 1 or 2 in your playing area. Wow, so they give you a lot of hunting ability or speed ability. Different characters. Begoli, gain 1 mission when you hunt this card. So you get to gain extra missions throughout the game that can score you bonus points. And that could be all the difference, those mission tokens. So it's probably definitely worth going after them. But I think some of them contain a penalty if they're not fulfilled. So yeah, risk versus reward, I guess. You may digest card to digest 1 card from your playing area and gain 2 blood. All the Eternal Rose, ready unique permanent, which means you only have 1 in your deck. Gain 1 at the end of your turn. So if you have the Eternal Rose, you gain an extra blood point per turn from that point forward. Wow, Perfect Rose, gain 2 at the end of any turn you don't hunt. Dead Rose, gain 1 at the end of the turn when you hunt. Wow, they'd be very powerful cards to acquire. I think these are the starters here. They have the little S symbol at the top of the card there. The Hunger, gain 1 blood for each human you hunt this turn. Vampire Thirst, 1 or 3 if you have at least 1 human in your playing area. Vampire Strength we saw before. Vampire Speed, Vampire Speed, Vampire Speed. The Hunger, gain 1 for each human you hunt this turn. So I think these are very much starting decks of cards that are all the same. Yes, they are. And so you'll start with those, shuffle them up. I think you get a total of 3 cards you draw in the first turn. If I'm wrong, as you know very well, it'll pop up on the screen. But there you go, folks. That is the contents of... Oh, sorry, I nearly forgot. I nearly did it again. I did stack some stuff on it, but I remembered. We've got promo cards to show you as well. So let's flip these over. This little pouch of promo cards here for the first edition printing. So these will not be available. They might be available separately, I should say, after the fact via the Renegade store. But in this instance, these are going to be exclusives for the first edition. So as I said before, if you want to secure first edition promos, grab a copy from the store now. All right, let's have a look at the promos. So we've got the nice green back again, which I'm digging, by the way. The green on the board is going to look fantastic or next to the decks, particularly with all the blue as well. The blue and greens are going to play off each other quite nicely, along with the gilded gold. We have Callow, who is a ready permanent. You may discard Callow to gain 3 less 1 for each human in your playing area. Knight, you may discard Knight to gain 3 less 1 humans. It's the same card. Lupo, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, gain -1 and then discard Lupo. So you can have that ready to go at any time and use it when you like. And then you've got Farkas, ready permanent. You may draw 2 cards. If you do, -1 speed or -1 hunt and discard Farkas. And they count towards that beast symbology that we saw in the card. So the symbology is going to come into play exponentially. That is this time well and truly everything there is in the box. There is a lot, not a lot to unpack, but the strategy of deck building and moving around the board is huge, as you saw. But I guess the big question is, what does it look like when it's all set up? Well, let's clear all this away and show you that sweet, sweet B-roll. Roll the tape. There you go. Isn't that awesome? I love doing that and shooting it and doing the flyovers and stuff with everything set up. Obviously quite a big table presence because the board is so massive. Would it look better with minis? I don't think so. I don't think it matters. I mean, Clank, you run around with little wooden meeples and stuff, which is fine. It looks spectacular on the table. The board, the artwork, that shine on the board is just chef's kiss. It's a boss. It's fantastic. I am looking forward to getting this one to the table. I don't know if someone like Charlotte would appreciate it. I think she's probably still a little bit too young for this one. I think it says 12 plus on the box, but we'll see how we go. It's to do with vampirism, so maybe it's not appropriate. But in any case, I look forward to trying this out potentially as early as the weekend. We're able to start hosting game nights and stuff again, which is fabulous. We will let you know how it goes, folks. Plenty more to come. We are on. I've received a shipping notification as well. Our Emperor's Pledge all in for Kingdom Rush, Rift in Time, and Elemental Uprising, or whatever it's called. Oh my gosh, is on its way and could arrive as early as this afternoon. So please be with us. And as soon as that hits the table, hits the doorstep, we will be unboxing that massive sucker for you. Plenty more on the channel, folks, if you want to watch some videos right now. Otherwise, by all means, check back with us. Episode 2 of Charlotte's campaign through the Lost Mine of Phandelver D&D Live is ongoing, so check the live broadcast. Make sure you set a reminder for that one and join us for those as well. We will see you back here very, very soon. If you have any questions, by all means, pop them in the comments below. Otherwise, get your hunger on, get back to the table, play more games, and we'll see you back here very soon. Until then, it is bye for now.